Also, we just started the podcast. Hello and welcome to the Unpaid Nobodies. Ladies and gentlemen, no time to waste. We're reviewing 2 albums this lovely Thursday. We're back in our album review bag. Almost made it 3. But yeah, gentlemen, how are we feeling? Yeah,
Good.
Ensalada good albums right now.
We got a lot of cocaine rap going on.
Dude, a lot of cocaine rap. Don't Tap the Glass is just a different kind of cocaine rap. Oh my god.
It really is, honestly.
Oh my god, it's a bro summer. Like,
you know what? I'm glad about that.
All right. Well, yeah, we also have some big releases coming out this week.
Yes.
Believe it or not, like
a
little late for summer albums, but
yeah, I was about to say a lot referencing the summer. Speaking of the boy summer, Metro Boomin is dropping a futuristic summer with an A. This will be featuring this in the entire industry.
Yeah,
so,
I thought it was only Atlanta features.
I mean, you know what I mean by the entire industry.
Oh yeah,
Young Thug, Travis Scott, Future, the usual candidates for those features.
Yeah.
Did he specifically say it was?
That is what I heard. Like I heard people
okay.
actually bring up like Travis Scott, and they were like, "No, all the features are from Atlanta artists."
I'll have to double check.
But like, yeah, like Young Thug, Future, 21 Savage, and like, yeah, like it would make total sense that Travis Scott would be on a Metro Boomin project. But that is what I heard, is that it was going to be like a focus on Atlanta.
I mean, I fully believe it, but it's just funny, like thinking about that now, how accurate Kendrick was. Is like you literally ran to Atlanta to get everything for the rap game, because they are literally everything you get for features now.
We need a check balance.
Yeah.
So
no, they are. Goes Atlanta, so goes the nation.
So goes the nation. Yes.
That was in a letter that some founding father wrote to another slave owner.
Oh.
It's like a reference to like early American history. It was like, so goes Atlanta, so goes the nation, and it's like, it's kind of crazy that like culturally, it's kind of still
accurate.
Yeah.
There you go. We also have Yeet dropping Dangerous Summer.
This is going to be dangerous.
Yeah, this is going to be dangerous.
Dude, if you are a Fortnite streamer,
get ready TikTok for all the edits.
Yeah.
It is a great time to be smashing car windows wearing a ski mask in 90-degree heat.
I agree with that.
Is he bringing back the ski mask? You know, he took it off for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know this is one of the ones that has some of the features with Don Toliver.
Yes, I was gonna say Don Toliver, Benny X.
Yeah, he's a producer, right?
Yeah. Blinking out.
He was one of the members of Working on Dying, and then blew up with Heat and other stuff.
Because let's be honest, the production is half what we're there for.
Yeah.
But speaking of Ski Mask Slump God actually dropped an album in the middle of this week.
The Lost Files.
The Lost Files.
Yeah, is this like something that's supposed to be like a follow-up to like last year?
It's hard to say. I tried to do some research. I did pull up the album earlier today, and it literally seems like a collection of songs he never dropped. Think of like Untitled, Unmastered, I guess.
Yeah.
To no one's surprise, there are 3 XXX features. But I feel like Ski Mask gets the pass. He was the closest one to him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, like I don't hate your point, but I also like, I don't know. This is like,
hate that it's right. Like, yeah, I mean,
it's just like, man, we are so stuck in the past sometimes. Like,
yeah, what can you do?
What can we do? But as far as we know, there's no big singles or videos dropping.
Yeah, no, there's really nothing going on.
So it's been a while since we've done the news, because last week we did the whole Grammy spectacular. Yeah. Go check out that video. But let's catch up, because there was a big story between the last time we covered the news and now. So I've just very much checked out. I didn't even listen to this album. Like, I'm just, you know, it's just like, it's just not music I enjoy. And it's like, damn, I'm like approaching my mid-30s. I don't have time to be like.
Just when I was talking about how Playboy Cardi kind of hits different when your frontal lobe kind of develops.
Yeah.
So I get it. But no, Jack Boys 2 dropped. We thought it was going to cause a lot of riot. It didn't actually. I don't want to say it flopped, but it was not nearly as.
It was
talked
way
about
below
as-
expectations, right? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if like
Yeah.
some no-name artist did those numbers, it would be really impressive. But like,
not for Jack Boys.
yeah, like I don't like. Did they end up beating Clips? I don't.
Yeah, they did by like
Yeah, I was
almost
gonna
double.
say
But it's one of those
exactly.
things where it's exactly what we talked about, where it's lowest common denominator, and it doesn't mean obviously the music's not better. It's just that the platform and the audience that is paying attention to that space is just larger in this
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it came and went. I will say I listened to it the day it dropped. I want to say.
yeah. And
it
you
was
were
immediate.
praising it.
No, yeah, I was like, it was immediately like, okay, like there's a couple of good things on here because I'll say this: the things that I saw online, and obviously it's just online. Take it as you will. Take it with a grain of salt, I should say. Everybody was like completely trashing it. There are still like a couple of really good songs on this album, but overall, it's not put together
Yeah,
at all. It doesn't really mean anything. There are several misses, and it seems like, and this could just be a personal take, it seems like it was complete, and then he was like, "Let me get everybody in the label a song," and that's kind of where it just kind of like completely fell off of me. But that's just my take.
yeah,
Jasper,
Yeah,
do you have any thoughts?
it's 55 minutes. I was harsher than you were. I got through it once. I'm never going back. There were like maybe two or three songs that I would potentially like listen to. I
Yeah,
playlisted nothing from this project. 55 minutes is like 30 minutes too long for what this is.
yeah.
The fact that Sofego has one song
That's
that's
longer
just
than
his own.
Alfredo too.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
insane. It's bloated. It feels like a lot of it could have basically been made with like AI music generation bullshit, and it feels super derivative of I Am Music, which wasn't even a good album.
yeah.
Um, on top of all of that, the rollout was just super cringe. Like Travis buying everyone who appeared on the album their own like different Lamborghinis and shit. Like
Yeah,
imagine doing all of that to release an album that's this mid. Like I don't know. Maybe you
yeah.
should have
Didn't he
spent a little
buy 21 Savage one and he doesn't have a verse?
That's another thing I was going to
something like
cover.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know Jasper haven't mentioned it yet, but surprisingly enough, there are several people that was credited as a feature and actually didn't have one.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then they removed them as a feature because they didn't have one.
yeah,
Yeah.
As you mentioned, 21 Savage, he is in the entire song doing ad libs with no verse. Waka
Yeah.
Flocka is in an entire song doing ad libs with no verse.
Yep.
It's almost bizarre. It
yeah.
was off-putting in a sense.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and also I will say this: Shine is getting too much hate. I do need to say that Shine is not as bad as people are saying, in my opinion.
Probably
I mean, like if Fantano said it was the one good song on the album,
Yes,
It's
but a
not.
lot of people are
like, and like that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Like, now I think like the only thing I really have any interest in it is, and yeah, truth be told, this was kind of my breaking point with Travis Scott. But are you guys familiar with like the controversy around kick out or put out or whatever?
No.
Have you got? Well, basically, what happened is the song is built very heavily around a sample from a band called Pixel Grip, which is actually a
Okay.
synth
Oh,
band from
about this.
Chicago,
Heard about
right?
this.
And
Yeah,
I've
I saw
been
that.
and I listen to synth music, so I was aware of Pixel Grip. So this was like, can't believe Travis Scott is aware of Pixel Grip, but like it's like a pretty overt example of just like the beat to kick out is just the synth song with added drums.
Yes.
It is
with
like
808s.
so it's like a very cut and dry plagiarism, I would say. Like
Yeah.
like
heard it, yeah.
and
Does he
kind
not credit them at all? Then
Huh?
is it like a
no,
sample
he has
used?
not
They didn't
credited
get
them
any
at
money
all.
out.
They're calling them out. Like they are threatening legal action.
I was
Like,
gonna say they should take.
yeah,
legal
no,
action.
they are like they are pursuing it, right? Like uh but the thing is they're much smaller bands. Like they're
Yeah.
a female led synth pop, like synth like bands from here. They play local shows, right? Like it was just very bizarre, and it's like, when you combine the fact that like, Jack Boys from my perspective, it felt like an ad. It felt like this was a commercial for his new clothing line. And how much of the charting of that was part of the bundle thing, which is an industry thing. Everyone does that. That's not just Travis Scott. But like Travis Scott.
I'm just curious. I didn't know. Was there a clothing line coming out? I'm actually curious.
It's like the merch. Like when you buy the merch, it comes with like a copy of the music, so that it's like bundle pricing, which I really want to reiterate is not exclusively a Travis Scott thing by any stretch. It's been going on since before he was even around. But like, he's the one who charges a huge premium for his merch. There's a huge like balls for that. So to me, it just felt too much like an ad, to be honest with you. And it's like, that's my fucking job. Like if you're someone who has gone from like, because I think the first Jackboy project is fine. Like, I think it's good. I don't think it's anything
much better than this.
Yeah. Like, I don't think it's like a bad project by any means, but I thought that was like something to be consumed in, like a NBA Youngboy level project. Like something to just, maybe it would last you a little bit longer, but like, it's a couple summers and then you move on. And this just felt like, a rush to just promote his other things. And, you find that with the plagiarism and it's just like, oh, okay. Like I had a day where Rachel was real busy and I just like listened to Rodeo, Astroworld, and Utopia, and I was just like really reflecting on like the sound and if I really appreciate it. And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, to probably close up on this section, then, bad album, overly bloated, features misadvertised, cringe rollout with over the top rapper bullshit, plagiarized music, and just overall a sound that feels like it could be constructed by AI. Like, dude probably should have spent a little more time in the studio and less time jacking his boys.
Yeah.
Nice should have. I'm not mad at that.
Let's talk about PG Lang, dude.
It was
much better.
What is going on with PG Lang?
Came out today, actually.
Nobody knows.
What is this? Project 3?
It's one of those things.
Have they put out a second project? I was under the impression GNX was the first PG Lang project.
Or a third project has hit the internet.
And we don't know what.
It's like Kendrick Lamar innovates once again by releasing third project before second.
Kendrick Lamar innovates again by completely destroying the existence of the number 2.
Yeah. He has inverted causality.
And that's just how I feel.
Literally. There's like, I tried to do research. There's nothing on it because you know how Kendrick rolls. I don't know what Project 1 or 2 was. I think if I took a guess, Project 2 was probably the Super Bowl advertisement that they were doing. That's just a guess. I have no leads. But they did drop something literally this morning.
I saw it on Instagram.
Channel. Yeah, and then PG Lang. There is a video that goes with it. It's almost like a skit. You're in an office building. People are standing around the room. A bunch of creators trying to come up with the next big thing. A kid just shows up like with the mask on, with a backpack and stuff. And then the manager's like, do you have an idea? And he's like climbing in his pockets or whatever. He puts something on the table. It's like a goldfish or something.
What if it's another Kendrick album?
Goldfish in a bag. Yeah.
And then it's a phone number. And like, obviously you're supposed to call the phone number. I didn't call it, but the comments were saying if you call the number, it just says like, pitch me your idea in a bunch of different languages. And then it hits a tone where you give your idea. It sounds dope.
We should call them and pitch Space Jam 2. I have a great Space Jam 2 pitch.
Should call them and pitch Unpaid Nobodies. How about that?
Oh yeah, right. Well, yeah, where we have to stop Yakub. Like,
no, we should call and then we should play the Silver Surfer intermission from like a Pablo recording.
Yeah,
just like leave that as a voicemail. Yeezy, what's good? Your boy Max B, what's going on?
And we should pause it every 7 seconds and be like, we're not Nazis, by the way, just so you know that. Just so you know. Just so you know we're not Nazis. Anyway, here we go. It's a good bit. Like,
yeah, not Nazis. They're not like us.
God. Dude, speaking of not really quick, dude, did you guys see the Azalea Banks crash out before we move on to the Kid Cudi?
Yes, I did.
Dude, like, we don't got to talk further. It was just, like, it just stunned me. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm Latino and, you know, if you read it, yeah. But like,
yeah,
It's
I-
wild that like
Was there more than one theme? Because the only thing I saw was like, oh yeah, it's normal to have sex with.
she
kids,
went on a
basically.
rant about specifically young Latin girls. Like,
Cool.
yeah, it
There's
was
more to
really
it that I didn't
bizarre.
know.
Right.
Okay.
And what was kind of crazy is like I saw that, and like because the internet is optimized to show you everything you hate, I immediately got like 3 reels posted that day
Oh,
that were
Jesus.
using her music. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, like
Between that and the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ad, I'm about
Oh
ready to
my god.
ready to now, bro. Like
yeah, it's like
anything,
What's going
anything to
on?
stay relevant. Azalea Banks can't make music, so she makes tweets. We know this. I was
Yeah,
wondering why
no.
she was relevant 12 years ago when she was on Because of the Internet. It's unbelievable to me.
Yeah, no, that's the worst part of that album. Is
Yeah.
I
that
didn't even know she was a part of that.
she has like
Yeah,
a
she's on Pink Toes.
yeah,
Just found out today.
God,
Yeah, that should
Alright.
be literally anybody else.
yeah,
Like
That's
anybody who
unfortunate.
was popular in 2012, get on that shit.
Well,
yeah.
you make mistakes, I guess.
We all do.
Talking
All
about
right, let's swing back.
no,
Let's
Kid
swing
Cudi.
back to something good again.
Yes, Jasper, you talk about Kid Cudi. This is your hero.
Yeah,
Kid Cudi's dropping a memoir. Let's fucking go. Simon and Schuster, he put it out, or rather, I got an email from his mailing list about it. Basically, that something big is coming. It's coming out, I think, 2 weeks before his next project, Free, which actually did have 2 singles drop. I don't know if you either
I
of you
have not
listened to
heard them. I heard they were
Um,
okay.
The first
I've
one I
heard
don't
one of
like.
them.
The second one is pretty. I think is pretty good.
Yeah.
Which one did you like? Because I did listen to one and I was like, it's okay.
I have to look at what the order is in. The one in the order they released, I didn't like the first one. I liked the second one. Let
Okay,
me
you
just-
didn't like Neverland, you like Grave.
Yeah. Wait. No. Stop.
Okay.
Time out. I think it was the other way. I didn't like Grave.
Okay, I listened to Grave and I didn't really particularly.
Yeah, I
didn't
I
think it
heard
was
they were
bad.
fine. I was like that look, I'm willing to be surprised. I have before. But like
Yeah.
I'm kind of also checked out of Kid Cudi. I'm willing to be I'll be there. I'll listen to any project he puts out. He has gotten that from me. I just
Yeah.
my expectations are fairly low after Insano.
This feels like the pendulum is swinging back into like more rock music.
Yeah.
Like he does this every it's like every 5 years he like
Yeah.
swings one
It's like
to
a
the other.
cicada.
Yeah, I bet. But the memoir. So the memoir.
The memoir
Coming out
looks
August-
cool.
Yeah, it's the memoir.
August 12th, I think it is, or whatever. And basically, yeah,
August
it's
12th?
just going to be. I thought it was the 12th. Maybe something slightly different.
That's just soon.
It is soon, yeah. So it was on there, Simon Schuster pre-order link, whatever. And I just hope it's well written. He has a lot to say. I don't think he is necessarily the most talented orator or the most talented speaker. So hopefully he has a good editor. Just because,
Yeah,
like,
this
I
is
love his TED Talk, but he's just
almost this is almost
Yeah.
certainly going to be ghost written. I mean, we'll see.
Sure.
Like, but that doesn't mean it's not good. Like, it's a completely different.
Yeah.
I don't read a ton of memoirs, but I'm not against it. I'll totally read this. Like, Simon and Schuster, they are a publisher that just, I think their stuff swings wildly in quality. But then again,
Yeah.
publishers aren't the same as like a record label. It's like, so it's a completely different business. It's a completely different model.
Yeah.
I think the hardcover looks awesome. I'm a sucker for this is an excellent looking hardcover, and it's definitely one of the better ones at like that price point.
Yeah.
I bought one other book this year. I think that might look cooler, but that's just because it's like a fantasy book and it's got full color art and everything, and that was like in the same price range. Not counting the ones I spend like $80 on.
Facts, yeah. I do think this is on like the more affordable side for something like this because I know that like a lot of artists tend to bump prices up for print media. Like, but I also buy a lot of art books, so I'm desensitized.
Art books are expensive because of the printing on the page. Like they're way more expensive.
And the last memoir I read was A Promised Land, the Barack Obama one back in like 2022, the Barackumentary. So. Yeah, it's like I'm excited for something new. I'll probably pick it up eventually, but I don't know if I want to do like the pre-order business. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not gonna I don't pre-order shit. Like I don't unless it's like I'm very in the books. unless it's like a unique binding where I'm like pre-ordering something that's like printed in leather, like I'm not pre-ordering shit. But I do think, for a decent looking hardcover, $30 is completely average. It is neither expensive nor cheap. I think it's totally appropriate. I'll probably buy it for my reader. I have a Kobo reader, and I'll probably just read it that way and then get it for my shelf when I have shelf space for it. Yeah. But and I think Kid Cudi has an interesting story. Like I think there are some rappers that I can definitely like kind of draw a circle around and be like, I think he has a story, and I think with the help of a ghostwriter and an editor, I think they can make for something that's like a really good read, right?
Yeah.
I don't read a lot of memoirs because the writing quality just usually isn't the same as you get with like, I don't read a lot of like, well, I do read literature, but like it's not the same that you would get with like fiction or literature, at least in my opinion. But
it's hard.
It's a completely different thing.
It's hard for memoir to not sound like I did this, and then I did this, and then I did this,
right?
And like A Promised Land did a really good job of not doing that because when you're president,
they can afford the best ghost because I know I don't know if it was A Promised Land or the book he wrote before, but I know someone who helped write some of Barack Obama's books.
Yeah, but it's also one of those things where like everything you do is so well documented because you're president that it becomes very easy to have all this source material to rely on. A lot of people just don't have that also.
Yeah. So I'm pretty into this. I think this is cool. And like, I think another thing, I think the fact that this is just like a real book coming out at real book prices and not like a $60 piece of merch that like his indie publishing, right? I think this, to me, that is a huge sign that this is going to be something worth reading, in my opinion. Yeah. So maybe we could all read the book and talk about it at the end of the year.
Unpaid Nobody's book club?
I would do it. I read so many. I'm like behind because I've only read like 15 books this year.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So, God. But yeah, no, I'm excited. This will be fun.
Purvis, you've been very quiet. Do you read books? Do you like reading books?
No.
I've read one book in the last.
It was about finances, wasn't it?
Decade, and it was about finance.
This is going to be.
You should read.
Last decade was a stretch. It was a stretch.
You should read a little bit more. Let's do one book. Let's do the Kid Cudi memoir.
This is going to be like the Boondocks, where Brandon and I are going to hold you down and be like, read it.
It's like
I will read, but like.
It's like it's working out for your brain.
I know, but I have so many hobbies already.
Yeah, but like, it's like, would you respond?
And I'm not saying anything is bad about reading, by the way. I understand the benefits of reading.
Yeah, I know. It's just
But yes, I understand.
We gotta get you hooked.
Yeah, we gotta get you.
Yeah, you guys are trying to get me on movies first and then books. Like, you got to pick one. I'm barely watching movies.
Have you been looking at my letterbox like we talked about?
Yeah, I don't
open the app.
Yeah, I can't do Letterboxd. I hate the design of it. It's not even like an objective critical thing. I just don't like the look of it.
Sure.
Yeah, like
big fan of organizing things, so I deal with it.
All right, guys. There was actually a huge piece of news. I think is kind of the end of an arc for this podcast.
How long have we been going?
151 episodes. It took 151 episodes of the Unpaid Nobody's podcast. But ladies and gentlemen, we know what happened to Chance the Rapper. He has a date for Starline Gallery, August 15th. He dropped the concept, not the cover art.
He did.
He has he released like pre-orders for the CD and the vinyl because of course he did. But at least, he released it with like a shipping date, which ended up being the release date for the project. How are we feeling? Like,
you said August 15th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not next month. So it wasn't in July like he said he was, but at least we got a date.
And it wasn't.
It has been 2,212. It'll be 2,212 days, assuming it actually comes out that day. I am not holding my breath. I will not get excited about this or give a shit until it shows up in my new releases on Spotify. I'm not doing it.
I think that's fair. I 100%. I think that's fair. I'm giving him a little bit more grace because he's put out a single, and now there's a date.
Brandon,
And I also like
you.
the song.
Putting out singles for 6 years.
Not really.
It's been 6 years since the big day. Yes, it has. And
no,
yes,
it has been 6 years since the big day. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like he put out a bunch of singles in 2023, and then it's kind of been radio silence till the highs. Yeah, ever since the highs and the lows. Which
was that 2023? I thought that was last year.
No, that was 2023. No, he did the secret show last year. So like,
true, yeah.
And it's like I do find it infinitely more annoying than like, not to bring up this scab, but like Frank Ocean, like I do, like I don't want to open this wound. I'm sorry, but like I do find it way more annoying that he's like it's coming out. Like at least Frank Ocean disappears. Like
go away, and then just
at least like if you're not gonna drop, go away. Like
I'm pretty sure he dove in the ocean. Like we haven't seen him. Where'd he go?
I don't know, but yeah, no, I think
I have the silliest story. Just really sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's fine.
No, silly Frank Ocean thing. I was browsing Facebook Marketplace, lowballing people the other day like a degenerate. I bought my record player there. I bought an amplifier there recently, so I'm getting
Facebook Marketplace is a good thing.
Yeah. So this guy is selling a Channel Orange vinyl, and I tap on him like, oh, mine just showed up. I wonder what's different about this one. And I look at it, and he's got it listed for like $50. And it's just one of the bootlegs that has existed forever because people bootlegged it. And he's like, I got to get rid of this ASAP. And it's like, dude, you're cooked. Like the official one is out. People have it. It's over for you.
Yeah.
And it came out in a pretty large supply too. So like, if you wanted it, you probably got it.
Yeah, it was just a very silly full circle moment of like, I remember considering buying that bootleg like years ago and passing, and I'm glad I did.
Isaac thought about buying it many times, but I'm glad he waited.
Yeah.
So I get that. But yeah, he has a date. I don't have any comments. I said on Instagram, this motherfucker has dreads now.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And I appreciate the skepticism of like, I'm not going to believe it till I see it because that's how I am. And like low-key, like I'm not going to be super shocked if the 15th comes around and we don't get an album. We get a long post on Instagram. But I think judging it like any other project, like I like Tree a lot. Like as far as like a lead-in single for a project, Tree's a pretty high point for me this year. Like, you know, not as much as the album we're covering as like the lead-ins for that, but probably second to keep it fucking real. Like, so I don't know. There's like some hope alive because at least like the lead single to it is a song I like.
Good.
I also like that he's kind of calling back to like the 10-day acid rap big day era. Like he is making it easy for us to ignore the big day, which we should. Like,
which he also should.
And like the thing is, I think the other thing is, and this is just an opinion I have, I think it's very annoying that he hasn't dropped. I also think there are worse discographies out there. Like, you know, I think if you remove all context and you just look at the work, at least for me personally, like I still think Chance the Rapper has a pretty decent discography. And if this is even halfway like to Coloring Book, that's not going to change it. You know what I mean? Like this would have to be the big day 2 to really make me lose more faith in Chance the Rapper. Could it be? It absolutely could. We've gotten big day 1, but who knows?
Man,
don't give me hope.
That's why I'm not getting upset. I'm not doing it.
I will say this: once he gives a date, he has been consistent.
Yeah, no, he's one of those for sure. And that's why it took forever.
6 years.
Yeah, to even give us a date. Like to me, it's not so much the 6 years from the big day. To me, it's the 3 years since the announcing of this album.
Facts.
That to me, like I actually don't give a shit that it was 6 years from the big day. Like to me, it's much more about like you've been teasing Starline for a longer gap than between acid rap and coloring book. Like,
Yeah, it's so wild to me, and this is again subtle foreshadowing for an episode we will eventually do. But the world was such a different place last time this man was actually like pop culture relevant. It's kind of unbelievable.
yeah, no, and
Think about that.
yeah, it's insane, and maybe it's for the best for him. I don't know. Like, maybe he just couldn't handle being at the top. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe. I'm just gonna
But
say that.
still, we got to see just like what's going on. But I do think it was worth pointing out that he did drop a date today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough of the sad.
All right. Do we
Let's
want to
dance.
talk about bisexual 9/11?
Tyler wants us to dance, so we dropped a dance album out of nowhere.
No. All right. So we got a brand new Tyler album, contrary to some people's takes during the Chromacopia episode.
I was wrong in the matter of what, 2 weeks?
Yeah. We already have more music from Tyler. And yeah, I would say this is kind of the biggest stylistic change up since Flower Boy. You know, this does not, you know, in some ways it feels consistent with the run since Flower Boy, but it is absolutely a different kind of album, right? This is a dance album meant to just get your body moving. This is, you know, I don't want to say that there's zero substance here, but like, that's not what this is about. This is not what, yeah. You know, like this is
that specifically.
Right. Even Call Me If You Get Lost, which I think was maybe the most like energy focused project since Flower Boy, like is way more conceptual than this. But honestly, I think I think this is what some people thought GNX was.
Interesting.
Right? Because you know, I think because GNX wasn't like a huge like, experimental double album or couldn't be played in reverse, I think a lot of people were like, oh, like there's not a lot of substance here. And I'm like, I think there is some. I just don't think it's conceptual.
Oh, you just mean like the reception, like how
right, yeah. And like this one, I think there's, you know, this is genuinely like an album that is so focused on the music, so focused on the lyrics being about carrying an energy and not necessarily being about any kind of topic, really. And yeah, I think that's completely appropriate for an album to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I think it also, like, it kind of does have, like, a very thin concept, which is about living in the moment, right? Like, that's what Don't Tap the Glass is about. Like, it's like, experience things, don't sit and talk about them on the internet.
Right.
So we're going to acknowledge that real quick. But yeah, I think it was quite good. Like, I think it was quite good. I think it's a very fun, like 27-minute listen or something like that. I think some of the lyrics are pretty out there and like, you know, I'm definitely trying to, to me, I'm like trying to meet it where it's at, right? Like this is not an album where he's, you know, being slick with it or introspective like Chromacopia. He is like trying to carry a vibe. And like, I think there are some of the lyrics that are, especially on Big Poe, I think there are some of the lyrics that are like,
I know the ones you're thinking about.
Yeah, are like so out there that I think they don't carry the vibe. Like, I think like they're just, but I think those moments are few and far between, right? Mm-hmm. It's really, really hard, especially just being the person I am and like liking the music I like. It's really, really hard to attach so much to an album that isn't saying so much. But damn, dude, if I don't still just really like it, you know, it is a great, like, I gotta be honest, I couldn't even tell you the names of the tracks. It's been an album I just put on and just like let it run. It feels completely, I mean, I think these songs would work on a playlist, but like, I don't, you know, I don't think it's meant to be engaged with in that way. I think it's just meant to be, you know, enjoyed and danced to.
I mean, yeah, that's the emphasis that he put on even before it came out when people were like, putting out fake lineups and all this other stuff. He said it wasn't meant to be conceptual at all. You're just supposed to listen and like be active. So I
Yeah.
think he said like drive, workout, etc. And like for me at least for the album, they are good songs. Like don't get me wrong, they are actually really good songs. I love Don't Worry or Don't You Worry Baby. I think is one of the best ones for me.
Yeah.
Stop Playing Me is amazing. Like all the songs are good.
Yeah.
Let me just say that. But for me personally, it's not really about the songs. I love the world that he built around the actual album. I would say the fact that he did it so quickly, like he announced it, it came out within a week. All the little music videos that he's been putting out on Instagram of like showing different styles of dancing, different personalities, and just expressing yourself through dance. I think it's dope. The little pop up concerts that he's been doing. I think one was in like New York or something, or the Bronx or something like that. Where you like had to hide your phone and
Yeah.
actually go in and dance. Like it's just dope. It's so Tyler in its own way, and it's so different from the rest of his discography. He broke the 10-song rule of having like two songs in one on the 10th track. Like it's just so much that he just said like screw it, I'm just gonna do whatever I want, and it in its own way is just still screaming Tyler. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
It shows how important he is to the industry. And if I'm being honest, even though I am now used to having like concept albums. I can't remember the last album someone has just dropped of just like a bunch of bangers. Just take it. Here you
Yeah.
go.
Saturation trilogy.
Happy. Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Like
I'll take
those kind of albums are kind of like few and far between because like it feels like you're either getting, you know, something conceptual, the Forever Story, or
Right.
or a Denzel release, or you're getting over bloated, optimized for streaming kind of.
Jag Boys.
I mean, I was gonna go Drake, to be honest with you.
Oh
but
yeah,
like,
well, yeah. That's even
like
worse.
the Drake, but I think those two are very much of the same cloth, and it's like, yeah, it's like, so yeah, it is a different thing. It is a completely different vibe. I think it also is like a nice example where it's like, I think sometimes like to me, I don't like lazy work, right? Like when you guys describe Jack Boys as like AI, it's like, yep, I can totally see that. And that's just like the kind of thing I'm not into. But like, I don't need there to be fucking substance per se, right? I like 6 foot, 7 foot. What's that song about? Like, right? And I think this is a great
Yeah.
example to be like, hey, here's an album that is incredibly well crafted, incredibly stands on its own. Not a whole lot in terms of substance, right? I also do think it's very fun because I'm a fan, not really a fan, but I do really love the Virtual Insanity Jamiroquai video. And Tyler is just a fan of Jamiroquai, and the Stop Playing With Me video like references it, like with it's this very famous video with like this guy dancing in a room with a moving floor, and that's part of the Stop Playing With Me.
Video nerd fact: it's actually the walls that are moving. But yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, there you go. Well, Jasper, what's your take? I feel like you're the biggest Tyler the Creator fan on here.
It's fine.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much how I feel about it. This is not a style that I care for. It's not, I don't know. I don't feel compelled to get up and dance like that for pretty much any reason, just because,
Yeah.
complexion. But see, it's fun when I say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I don't know.
I wasn't gonna say it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I do
Well-
feel like when some people describe it as dance music, I do feel like it's accurate in the sense that if you don't like dance music, you're probably not going to like it. To be honest with you, I find myself wanting to listen to this album in between house music sets more than when I'm just like listening to hip hop music,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And that's the thing is like it's not necessarily what I come to. I would say the level of depth or lack of depth and this style are just not things I come to this artist for. So for me, it almost is like a bit of a it just doesn't quite mesh with like what I'm interested in from Tyler, and because of that, it just doesn't strike me as like it's exciting musically. but I'm not necessarily excited about it as a project. And like I've listened to it through twice, and it feels to me a lot longer than 28 minutes. I don't know why, but I almost kind of struggle to get through it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
so,
Quite struggle, but I
so,
guess I can understand that.
yeah, I mean, like,
yeah,
I don't know. To me, it's easy breezy, but to each their own.
yeah, yeah. It's fine. I don't dislike it. I don't like it. It's just not really my thing.
I feel like I'm gonna struggle in terms of finding time to listen to this because, like, with all the other stuff coming out, I don't think I've sat down and
Right.
put
We
all
are
things
like
out. Yeah,
A
this album
whirlwind.
came out. The floodgates are opening. Right.
it's a rough time.
Right. Like his album came out in the 2 weeks between Clips and Freddie. We're 7 days away from Jid. Like it's wild. But I don't know. I think I just like meeting. I like that he's doing something different though. I think that's the
Yeah.
other thing is that
I can give him props for that.
yeah. Like I think
And another Monday release.
yeah. It was a Monday release. Another one. I just really like. I appreciate like just the desire to do something different. I also have found myself like kind of in the headspace I think Tyler is warning about, which is just like, being so obsessed with like takes and discourse that like you miss music for like what it is. So like, as far as any concept that this has about just being present, like I really fuck with. I really think is admirable. And I think,
Yeah.
and I think it's just like really relevant to the times. So I get that, like, if you're just not someone who listens to dance music, I get why you're just going to bounce off that like a board. But, I do think it's just like important to meet it on its terms.
Yeah. I also, my silly take, totally not serious take for this, is that I think that the proximity of release to the next album is because he just, something's got to pay off the F40. That's the album rollout is all red, and it's like exactly the same. And dude talks about it on both this and on the Clips album, and it's like we know you're excited about the new car. We know it cost $3 million. I'm sure this is helping cover that.
I'm sure Tyler has.
Yeah.
As he said in the Clips album that we're going to talk about, he has plenty of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, I think it's a little cynical. Like,
yeah, joke.
Although the car is sick. I will say, that car.
I also do love the whole 80s kind of vibe.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, like the whole kind of 80s hip hop kind of thing with like the big glasses and the big chains and everything.
The mustache.
Yeah, only speak in glory. Leave your baggage at the door. Oh my God. Well, now we talked about that. That was definitely a little bit of a warm up.
Yes.
But I think we should get to the main course, which is one of the biggest moments in hip hop of the year. I'd say pretty easily.
Biggest so far.
Yeah, easily. I mean, yeah, no, definitely the biggest so far in terms of just like moments. Clips is back. Let God sort him out. We got, they reunited on Jesus is King, I believe.
Yep.
Yes. They haven't put out an album since always forget their third album because I've never heard it.
2009?
I think so.
8?
That sounds correct. I forget what it's called, but I know it's their debut, Lord Willin', which I'm a big fan of. Then there's Hell Hath.
Sorry.
The casket drops. That's what it is. Yeah.
So
and then there's Hell Hath No Fury, which I've heard once and I just need to revisit, but like, got to break through the glass.
Of course.
Pusha T, insane solo run since the last Clips album. To be honest with you, and I'm kind of ashamed to admit this, I didn't know what Clips was until Daytona came out. Like I was a fan of Pusha T just because like he was on a bunch of songs I really liked, and I heard Numbers on the Board. Like I remember hearing that because my buddy Zach was just telling me about how good it was, but I just never knew that much about Clips, and Then in 2019, right around the time Jesus the King came out, I started listening. My buddy put me on Lord Willin. We just listened to it on vinyl at his house one day to test out his new speaker system.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, and it's great. Honestly, this album made me go back to that, and I've listened to Lord Willing more than like God Sort Him Out in the last month, I'd say. But this album was something special, I'd say. What do we all think? What else? Because we all know we're a big fan of Pusha T. I met Jasper at a Pusha T concert.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, right.
Come full circle now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat where like I'm also dealing with the age issue where like
Clips just wasn't our time.
That. Yeah, it's like it was before my time. Of course, eventually I did find out that it was a duo. It took even longer for me to find out that they were brothers.
Yeah.
So, like, it came in waves, obviously. I did eventually go back to listen to Lord Willing. Did enjoy it. It was kind of in that time period, just like, I just don't relate to this hip hop.
It's very bling era.
Yeah.
It's very, I think Lord Willing is like the Good Kid Mad City of the bling era. It's like taking all of that kind of sound and like just distilling it into like an album, right? And like with like decent lyricism and like decent production because it was the Neptunes back then.
Yeah, I was gonna say people who hold weight in the industry, like it was a good album. Fast forward to this, I knew it was a huge deal. I did not expect it to be this good, if I'm being honest. And I think universally across the industry, everyone's just like, no, this is a fantastic album. It shows in a time of streaming when everything just seems mass produced or quickly pushed out or whatever, you can tell this was very slowly cooked. Like when you have a meal that's slowly cooked, you can tell the difference. It tastes different.
Yeah.
And you have so much appreciation for the time that went into it, the care that went into it. From top to bottom, the lyrics, the production, everything around it, it's perfect.
I have a hot take.
Okay.
I think every part of this album is incredible, right? Across the board. But okay. I think if anything, I think Pharrell was actually the weak link here. Like,
which is crazy to
say, right? Because I love Pharrell. Like, he is in my S tier of producers, right? Like, is he maybe my favorite producer? Probably not. But like, he's probably second. Like, no matter
no matter how you move the order around.
No matter how we move it around, like he's probably second. He's made so many classics. The production on this is insane. I don't want to knock that like how good the production is. The beat of the year, in my opinion, is on this album. But the bars, dude. The bars are crazy.
And how do you open with The Birds Don't Sing? That's
dude,
like
we could get to that. I want to talk about every song on the track list. I feel like every single song is me going, "Oh my god, Pusha T is so good," and then being like, "How good is Malice?" Which I'm gonna put this out here right now. As of right now, including an album I'm probably like more, I think Malice was best rap performance of the year. Dude killed it on every single song. Insane.
And probably stood in the studio like this.
Yeah, dude, you and Isaac have to be Pusha T and Malice for Halloween. And you should combine it. You should combine Clips and Smoke and Stack from Sinners. You should find a way.
This is culturally inappropriate.
No, it's not. This is Rachel's idea, by the way. Like,
it's a good idea, to be fair. Like, I can't be mad at that.
You need to somehow combine the two. Right? You know how like you go to like C2E2 or Comic-Con and be like, "Oh, I'm like steampunk Batman." It's like I'm Clips, Smoke and Stack. I think that's like I think that's funny.
Okay.
And if I had more money, I would probably be willing to pay you guys.
I was gonna say it'll actually work out because the characters aren't far from each other.
No, they're not. The only difference is one is twins and one is not.
Okay. Jasper, what's your introduction spiel on this?
Dude, I don't know. I it's so good. I don't know where to start. Like it's just really
It
fucking
is.
incredible. This has been teased for again like 6 years because we had the reunion on
Yeah.
Jesus is King, and Malice has kind of
Yeah.
appeared in other places for Pusha T. I think he's on his Almost Dry and some other
He is.
things.
He is on. I don't think it's credited as like a clips thing, but
No,
Malice
it's
is on. I think the last track of It's Almost Dry. So
yeah.
yeah, it
So
did feel like it was coming.
yeah, it's so impressive. Like I think just like what it distills down to when you like really go through lyric by lyric and just like pick it apart. There's so much being said, and it's exactly what Pusha T has done so well since Daytona, which is just say the absolute most and paint the most beautiful picture using just as few and just the essential words, like as few words as possible. And it's all done over production that is perfectly attuned to exactly like what the feeling or the energy of the track list is. I think a lot of people, and myself included, I include myself in this. I think a lot of people, including myself, kind of feel that or felt that there was a time when Pharrell kind of stepped back from general like more serious hip hop and kind of went a little more mainstream with production and appearing on certain songs and just his choice of like media that he was contributing to, circa like 2014, 15, 16, that era. But like if he was ever actually gone or actually took a step back, this dude is back because this is so incredibly good. And it's like so much better than I think a lot of stuff I've heard from him lately.
Mhm.
And I can't help but think about Kanye when I listen to this because Pusha T and Kanye for most of my adult life have been this like inseparable force, right? But this answers the question that I was really curious about when it came to It's Almost Dry and Daytona of like what does Pusha T sound like without Kanye production and how does that work?
Yeah.
And we've got our answer and it's unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
so good.
He cannot
Every
be.
single second of this project is poised and correct and just comes across as like so incredibly well thought out. And the rollout has just been
The rollout was
unbelievable.
spotless,
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
right?
They're
Like
currently doing concerts in the middle of the street.
it's
Yeah.
Like
insane.
that's for the culture. Like I don't care.
And it is just nice seeing people like kind of older, right? Like, yeah, I say
Yeah.
this about RTJ, but like Pusha T is older than Killer Mike and LP, and like,
Yeah.
So,
and Malice is the older brother, right? But there's still just, I think the perception of hip hop is like a young man sport is a perception, right?
Yeah.
I think it might be because of hip hop's like long connection, like long term connection with sports, but like
yeah.
it's like a fundamental difference, I would say, is that like, there's no reason, and I think like it is because they kind of sit in this lane and maybe this is how we can, this kind of gangster rap meets gospel rap kind of lane, right? And I think that gives them like a unique niche in like the culture that like it's kind of like the Pusha T thing, right? He's kind of a one trick pony, but like it's a really good trick and he keeps doing it different ways. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. 100%.
right,
How many
like
times do you rap around cocaine and make it sound good?
right, yeah, and
No,
it's like
Like a
yeah,
lot.
and it's
no one in the industry can lifestyle hate like Pusha T, and it
no.
is an absolute art form.
Right, yeah. And that was another thing that did bother me about some of the backlash to like the "So Be It" verse is like Pusha T's just talk shit about everyone. Right? He has so many more bars for Jim Jones than he has for anyone else on this album. And it's that's just been his whole thing, right? Like even in Daytona he was talking shit about Birdman, and then It's Almost Dry. I thought we would hear more about Kanye. I think that was the only thing.
I think we got a good bit. I
I
think we
want
did.
I mean, I would love
He
to hear your theories because, like, certainly has been talking about him in interviews.
No, he has a bar where he says he talks about Genius, the
The
documentary,
documentary.
and he talks, yeah, because that was like the Netflix documentary by that guy.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember the one you're talking about. The one where it was like
and
it was like a trilogy.
yeah, so he has a bar specifically about that. Like he says Genius like that, and he basically throws shade on like you're not the brilliant person you thought you were, essentially, like that sort
Yeah.
of thing. Um, yeah, I think a lot of it is just so well put together. And my hot take, or not even a hot take, but like my take to bounce off of yours about Pharrell being the weakest link, artistically across the entire thing, I think the weakest link is the album cover.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
mean, if we're counting that,
that's
You like
it. Like,
yeah, I
I
mean, I
do.
don't hate it. Like, I don't hate it, but it's like I felt like there
Yeah.
could that
have to pick a
meme Jasper sent about Malice, that would have been a better album cover. Like, once again, I don't think it's like awful.
The Bible gun.
Yeah, the Bible gun would have been a much better album cover for this.
Yeah, like,
Than, I'm
I
right,
like
Purvis. Stop laughing. I'm correct.
He's just shooting verses at you over and over.
Yeah, it's also the good. I'm gonna take that meme. I'm gonna make it your profile picture on my phone now.
So, yeah, no, I like Cause as much as the next guy. Like, I have a bunch of his stuff in my house. I think it's Cause doing his thing. I don't think it really speaks to how unique or how interesting this album really is.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's
all.
yeah. I don't think it's awful by any stretch, but I agree. It doesn't speak to the quality you get here, right?
Have you spoken towards why you picked that or anything?
No, I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
You haven't heard it, yeah.
But I think we should start, and I think I think this album starts with a moment, right? The birds don't sing. Wow. So a lot of this is like the gritty cocaine rap. I think a lot of this album really does a good job of like throwing back to what people liked about Clips in the early 2000s and kind of giving it like a modern coat of paint and a modern scope. But The Birds Don't Sing is a wildly different kind of song, especially to start the project with. Like, am I crazy here? But like,
it's comparison to like Sing About Me. Like it's insane,
right? And it's it's not expected from Pusha T or Malice or anything. The John Legend hook is insane, right? And I think this is the kind of thing you get when you have a producer like Pharrell who is just like so versatile, right? I feel like in the next couple of weeks we'll probably be making a lot of Pharrell versus The Alchemist like comparisons. And I think the thing Pharrell has is has produced every kind of music under the sun. And, he can really make a song like this sound like this, right? Yeah, I think this is an incredible start to the album. I think it's a little like, and I kind of like how the album is kind of bookmarked by the more religious stuff, like in the front and the back. But I think it's an incredible opening. It might not be the best indicator for what the rest of the album is going to sound like.
No,
like,
it's not.
Listen, if you're a 13-year-old kid trying to trick your parents into buying you this album and you show them this first verse, you might get away with
it. Also, real quick, I found it. It's actually from Kendrick's verse.
What was up?
The what I think might be like a Kanye diss.
But is it Pusha T saying it?
No, it's Kendrick saying it.
Oh yeah.
The Chains and Whips.
On Chains and Whips, where he says, they said I couldn't reach Gen Z, you fucking dickheads. Must be full of that ginseng. Here comes the jinx, yeah. Their genetics been synthetic, screaming they genius. And he says it like that, like the documentary. Finger wave, they all fall. Fellas is Jenga. Like, I don't know, genetics been synthetic with the whole like Kim K Kanye thing. I don't know.
Like, I don't know. I think it's a stretch, but I don't think it's a Mr. Fantastic stretch. Like
he really says it like
no.
Like he really spaces it, but either way.
Yeah, I also think, I wanted to hear from Pusha.
Me too.
About it, right? Like I think if Pusha had said those bars, I would have bought into it, but
he's filled with hate.
No, just because like he's the one with the personal relationship with Kanye. Like I know Kendrick and Kanye have worked together, but it's not the same thing.
Well, Kanye tried to step into the Kendrick and Drake beef, so like maybe whatever.
Yeah, I mean I remember No More Parties in LA, but
yeah.
But and now we can talk about my absolute hottest take, Chains and Whips.
Okay.
This song is awesome. I think I don't get the why the Kendrick Lamar feature held up the whole album.
There were two, apparently.
I heard that the one with the trump card bar was the
Yeah.
one that was the original one.
Okay. And this one's the one that held it up?
Yes, this is as far as I was made to understand that the original that they wanted to release the first version of the verse, and the reason that was held up, and I actually say this on an episode before the album dropped. The reason they didn't drop it is because he had some bar about Trump, and that bar is here. Because the bar, like the hint I got was it was about the Trump card, and then it's like that's what he says.
Yeah.
Like listen, I don't think it's a bad verse by any stretch, but like, I don't think it's as good as his verse on "Money on the" what's the song from Numbers on the Board, Nostalgia.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as good as his verse on Nostalgia. I don't think it's as good as the Tyler verse on the song after. Like, I think it's a very good song. I don't think there are any songs on this project I wouldn't call a very good song. I don't know. I wanted to be more impressed by the Kendrick verse. You know?
I mean, when the bar is so high by the other two on
I guess
it makes Kendrick look like a moron.
I mean, as much as I am just like extremely impressed, especially by Malice,
yeah,
I don't think there's anything on here that like is making me reconsider Kendrick as the best rapper in the world right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I do think he gets showed up by the two of them for sure.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like when you're next to talent at such a high level, it does kind of have a bit of a grounding effect. Not to say that Kendrick isn't all that, just that like the context or the perspective shifts a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that's totally fair. But does anyone else have Chains and Whips takes? I think the Clips features, the Clips verses are excellent. I think the production's awesome. You know, I got no beef with it besides just I thought a Kanye verse would be more exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, Kendrick. It's one of those things. It's like, oh, it's not the best Kendrick verse. It's like it's still a 9.
It's still a Kendrick verse, and that's the thing. It's not like not a Kendrick verse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was still, just. I think having POV right after it was like.
Yes. And Tyler, Jesus,
dude,
over like 50 times.
Dude, he's so good. And like I was watching his interviews about this because he's like the number one Clips fan in the world, which by the way just makes me happy for him. Like the fact that he's on this album, that Clips has the cameo in the video for the Don't Tap the whichever one that is. Like, I'm so happy he's here. I'm so happy he performed. Like the verse he put down is crazy. Once again, Pusha T and Malice are at another level, but I think this is the best feature on the album.
I agree.
I think
I'm gonna say it right now. If this doesn't win the Grammy,
for what?
We just talked about the Grammys last week, but like
for what
he said, for best rap album award shows.
Oh, this album. Oh, okay. I thought you meant the song.
This album doesn't. No, if this album doesn't win, like I'm just going through it in my head right now. Like I've listened to this so many times.
It's very, very good.
Yeah,
it's very, very good. I think the only thing is there's no way it will get past the Grammy politics if it's against GNX.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if it's not against GNX, I'm with you. I don't know. I gotta think. It depends. It depends on who he's up against. Because like,
yeah,
I'm trying not. There's a shadow cast. There's a for me at least. I think this is an incredible album. This was my favorite album of the year until very recently, and like to me, there's like a very comparable album. The Shadow. I don't want to say Alfredo. It's Alfredo. Alfredo 2 dropped, and like it was. To me, it is as big, maybe not as big of a moment culturally, but like as comparable quality. And it's like it's hard to say, right? Like right now, if you put up like this versus Alfredo 2, it's like I don't know what I would say. I know which one has better bars. Like I know which one has my song of the year. But I might go as far as an album. I think I might go the other way with it.
And you
but
also
who
have
knows?
to take into consideration the politics of the Grammys.
But
we
yeah, I
always
think for
have-
I think for Grammy politics, I think this would probably beat out Alfredo too.
No, what I was gonna say is, if we really have to take account of like them picking bad things, if Drake drops an album, it's going to be nominated, and it. has a
We have yet to
possibility.
see how post beef what's going to happen.
No,
True.
I know. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, but we have to take into consideration. Unfortunately, if Drake drops an album, there's like probably an 80% chance it gets nominated. For
Yeah.
hip-hop.
Yeah, and like if Eminem drops one, like there's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, right. I don't know. Did we were looking at the Grammys? Did Drake win any? Take care.
No.
Oh, he won one. He won take.
Yeah. So it's like I don't think he's like a huge threat. I think Eminem or Kendrick would be. But yeah,
But
no,
I'm saying
I'm
he
I'm
gets
rooting for
nominated.
this album. I want this album to have all the moment in the world.
Yeah.
Let's move on to So Be It. Easily my favorite song of the year.
So be it. So be it.
Dude, this beat goes crazy.
Is this the one where they had to fly?
Yeah.
To, like the Middle East and get it approved? Okay.
Yeah, they had to fly to the Middle East to get it approved. It was not on the album at release, but it was on it before the next morning.
Crazy how this would not have been on there.
Yeah, it was just a different beat, and apparently it was worse. It was just much, much worse.
Is that the beat switch with the like kind of like Malice's part was originally part of?
I
'Cause
don't
remember
think
seeing.
so. I think it was completely different.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's what I was hearing. I did not get the chance to listen to So Be It Part 2 because it was off the album because like it came out at 11 and I was already about to go to bed, so I'm like I'll listen to it in the morning. And by the time the morning came, the second one, the Part 2 was gone and the original was up. And I believe it was the whole thing where they had to fly to the Middle East to get that one guy to release a sample.
I'm trying to find
Listen,
it.
I'm a sucker for Middle Eastern music. It goes crazy.
This had better show up in a Dune 3 trailer.
Yeah,
This
no.
song.
Spoiler alert, but I have a whole
Man,
playlist of Dune
music.
3 music. Like
I know.
I'm calling it Inshallah music. I'm working on it. Look at Purvis. Look at what I did there. Like, but
Coming
yeah.
for that shy.
No, I thought this So Be It is my song of the year right now. I'm a big fan of it. I think by far the weakest link is the last verse. I think the Travis diss I think is the weakest part of the song.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
think
man.
I think Travis deserves a lot more smoke than he gets, but like I don't think the content of what's on this song is particularly compelling.
I agree. And I also have to say, he didn't really fire back in a super like active way, but the one thing I will give Jack Boys 2 is what he said in response generally was like pretty clever, like not bad for like what he went with. I don't know if you heard about this.
I saw the
basic-
verse. I thought it was like, oh, he's trying to make being a pussy sound good. Like
Well, I was thinking it's more like
Like-
he's like I don't have to engage in this.
which is like my whole point. I think that like kind of boils down my whole point. Is like, yeah, it feels like he's just pushing T's. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with you about the artistic thing. I think that was a clever way of not getting into a rap battle you know
Right.
you're going to lose.
and I also think that if Pusha T wanted a rap battle, I think that was enough. And if we haven't heard
Yeah.
anything from right now, nothing else is gonna happen.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Right. And like there's just so many disses on this album, right? Like this is honestly like So Be It. I can see why it was picked for the single because it goes so hard. I think maybe there's some drama to be got out of the fact that Travis is maybe the biggest artist that he's beefing with right now. But like it kind of is just typical Pusha T.
Yeah, that's-
Right. I don't think
nothing
it's
else
any
to talk
different
about.
than anything you get off of Daytona or It's Almost Dry.
I was also gonna say I have to train myself to like not expect everything to turn into a beef. I think we were spoiled, and now we're
Yeah.
just kind of expecting everything to explode.
Well, I think it's like in the
Not
water.
good stuff
I
is
think
not gonna
there's-
explode anymore.
I think we're just going into, I think like politics, I think we're in an area where like there are shifts of power happening and things like this are just going to happen, you know? Like, let's not ignore the fact that there was also a massive beef this year. It just wasn't as big as Kendrick versus Drake. It was Joey versus the entire West Coast. But yeah, I think if you just released this album and like didn't have the interviews talking about it, like I don't think this one would have stood out. I do really like the way it comes back to the main beat drop at the end. You know, I heard some people say it felt tacked on, and I'm like, no, it felt kind of like woven together. But no, this was fantastic. Now, do we want to move on to Ace Trumpets? Purvis?
What do you want me to
Yellow Diamonds Smell Like Pee-Pee.
Look like, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Smell
man.
like pee-pee would be a problem.
Smell like pee-pee would be a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yellow Diamonds do
look like pee-pee. I don't know why I said smell. Probably because
what
I'm
a
never
line.
looking at it. What an insane way to start a verse. That is the most unhinged thing Pusha T has ever done.
This was the second single?
This was the first single.
This is the first single. I remember
this was the first single, and it was.
We sent it on Instagram, but I didn't watch the video before I sent it. I was just like panic sent it as soon as I saw it, and then I listened to it back, and I was like, "What's going on here?"
It was, and like I think the funniest part is that like we talk about the Pusha T Diamonds Look Like PP part, and then there's the insane Malice verse. Malice's verse on this song is he's rhymed Lady Gaga with focaccia.
For what? Like
he said NASA.
Dude, my favorite part of this entire album is from this song. It's when he's like, "You was Fuji Lala, I was," and like Fuji Lala is what I call the boo boos. Like, so I get those Fuji Lalas out of here.
They shout out ASAP and Riri. That
was
interesting.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, this was a absolutely insane song. I think it was an excellent first choice, except for the insane choice of the Yellow Diamonds Look Like PE.
Oh, there is a Yeezy mention in here in Push's verse. I forgot about this.
Oh yeah,
White glove service with the brick. I am Luigi. Sold ecstasy and disappeared. I am Houdini. Look at them, him and him still waiting on Yeezy. I hope you got your squeegees at your interviews. I just kiki. And then Life's PG, ASAP, and Riri.
He also mentions them on Birds Don't Sing, but it feels very different. Like it doesn't feel like an attack. It feels like he was just talking about being with Kanye.
Right.
But yeah, no, that's something.
I have to say, I need Malice to drop an album.
Yeah, I would love a Malice.
All I can say.
Dude, get Malice on an Alchemist beat right now.
Dude, international flights connect me to the Wi-Fi, all right?
Insane.
Dude.
So good.
Dude, I've been saying like on my private to Waikiki all the time.
I've just been thinking about going to Panama. I want to visit a Panama fishing village.
White gloves with the service. I am Luigi. It's insane, dude.
It's perfect. It's perfect. I done disappeared and reappeared without a
voila.
In the verse.
That one is.
Dude, drugs kills my teen spirit. Welcome to Nirvana.
Is it Pusha T who has the? Yeah, it is the voila on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Right. There you go. Disappeared, reappeared without a voila. Yeah, he's off the Kanye shit. Like, dude. It's poetic. This is my favorite.
Poetic.
First off, I am going to subscribe to what you just said because I like it.
Yeah.
Malice did annotate that line on Genius, and it doesn't have anything about the Kanye thing. It just said that he stepped away from the game and then just so easily stepped back, which like, not for anything, but like he's right. Like, agreed. But yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, dude, this is my favorite song. The way the production on this, the way the synths rise in after the opening with the ballerinas bit.
Yeah,
this might be my beat of the year so far. Like,
it's very good. It's very good. I mean, it is hard to think. It is like hard to sort it all out, right? Because then we have.
That's why we let God do it.
I'm gonna let that pass because it was an actual joke and not a pun.
That was a joke. That
That was a joke. No arguments here. But like, okay, all things considered with the dream.
Purvis is so mad.
Yeah, dude, I'm like just real pissed off that you thought you could say that. I want to get to the acronym song so bad.
Yeah, those are fun. The air is
like, who thinks of the title of these songs, man? Like, how do you come up with
Mike Tyson?
Today, the air is like vitamin C, I must say.
It's wild.
There's like vitamin C.
Air's like having like a Newport Light with the fucking air quality outside.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, do we have anything to say about All Things Considered?
Good song, worst song. Not bad. That's just my take. I think it's the worst song on the album, but I think it's still a good song.
I agree. I don't think there's any bad songs on this album. To me, I think it peters out at the end a little bit. Like, I think by tracks 12 and 13, I'm kind of checked out, but I actually like this one. I think I don't think anyone's like a huge The Dream fan, but I think he's like a fundamental feature from like the early 2000s, especially like the hip hop I was actually listening to, which was just the stuff that was like on the radio. So I actually like this. It felt like the most throwback to like what Clips made back when Clips was just Clips and there wasn't all this lore behind it. But I see where you're coming from. It's time.
Like,
it's time. Mike Tyson blow to the face.
Who comes up with this, bro?
Insane, dude. This is insane. This is my favorite song that's not So Be It, I think. It is so good. It's my favorite song that wasn't teased or like shown to us.
Okay.
Yeah. These next three I think are like real grimy. There's just a period of just like, I know 8 is like some financial thing. It's like some.
So yeah, Purvis, Mr. Business Boy. Can you tell us what EBITDA actually stands for without looking it up?
I don't know. Does MTB TTF mean something besides Mike Tyson blow to the face?
I think it just means
yeah. I could have sworn I thought that was going to be the Kanye diss. Like I thought it was going to be a play on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. But then it ended up being much better than that.
To answer your question, Jasper, I don't know what every single letter means because I forgot. But I know it has to do with an equation or metric, I should say, with accounting. That I do now.
Yes. Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, he got the earnings.
Yeah, no, it is wild. And then I think like one of my favorite moments, maybe not one of my favorite songs, is seeing the new Coke rap world and the old Coke rap world meet on FICO. Right?
Man, FICO hits.
FICO hits so hard.
Hit.
Dude,
that's the one
dude,
Jesus.
Okay, let me just West Side Gun, if you're watching this, which I know you're not, you're probably watching wrestling.
It needs to happen.
You got to release the Stove God Cooks album. We need it. We have so many. We will trade you 2 Boldy James albums. I know he's not on the label anymore, but
we'll trade you 4.
No, they're still
cut
good.
them in half.
They're still good. But
all right, not both.
This is a crazy inclusion. Listen, Tyler, best feature on the album, but this was the one that made me the happiest. Like both in like the way it was used. I think Stove God Cooks, I think, has like a very interesting voice and presence for someone that is essentially doing a hook, and he does a lot of hooks on a lot of West Side Gun songs. And yeah, and I thought FICO was absolutely a standout track. Yeah, maybe not as good as Mike Tyson blow to the face, but very, very good.
FICO was the one for me. I've been listening to much Griselda, so I had to.
Yeah, I know you have. I know you've been.
It's a drug. Cocaine is a drug.
Yep.
Thanks, Rick James.
Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks, Dare.
Yeah. There are 2 songs on here that I just want to like touch on really quick. We're about to get to the next one, Inglorious Bastards, right?
Yeah, let's touch on that one.
What a track.
I think Inglorious Bastards hits.
It really does. This and EBITDA both really feel like they could be like Tyler tracks, like Tyler beats.
Hmm.
And I think that really speaks to like Pharrell's just the power that Pharrell has and like how influenced Tyler is by Pharrell because these
Yeah,
both really feel like they could be like Flower Boy style like beats of some kind to me.
I agree.
Just
I agree. They sound both like Tyler, and also I feel like the most like the old Neptune sound,
true, yeah.
which,
Which that was
Tyler is, so downstream in the Neptunes, but
yeah,
still, like, I don't think it's insane to acknowledge that he may, that he may have his own pressure exerting on Pharrell just by being who he is.
totally. Yeah. Yeah. Inglorious Bastards is great. What an opening.
Yeah,
And
it
that
really
like kind of
is.
like upbeat, like that like kind of bumping upbeat compared to FICO coming out of FICO.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't it's not so different that it's jarring, but it really like kind of grabs your attention in a way that like FICO does it with the features. Inglorious Bastards really like the beat is captivating, I think.
I agree. I think Inglorious Bastards has one of the stronger beats on the album. I think it is one of the ones where I think Pharrell shows up as much as Pusha T in clips. Which, I think just like going through and just looking at all these lyrics as we talk about these songs is just like, damn, these two men were ready for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, does anyone else have any strong feelings about So Far Ahead?
Yes.
Go ahead then. So Far Ahead, Let God Sort 'Em Out, Chandeliers, and By the Grace of God. To me, I think
I
I'd
got
really peter out by the Grace of God, but I do like the duo song on 12.
I got things for all three. I really like Pharrell's bit, like song bit
Yeah.
on So Far Ahead. I think that it
Mm-hmm.
is borderline silly, but also I really like the sentiment of, you know, I don't want it anymore. Once everybody else figures it out, I'm on to the next thing. And it feels like that's kind of how we didn't touch on it so much with the lyrics on Ace Trumpets for the first verse, but like it really feels like that's kind of how Clips has been moving through an industry that's like saturated by microtrends, especially Pusha T over the last like 10 years, where it's like kind of rejecting what's popular and trendy at the time and just making something that's like really legitimate and authentic and like true to that
Yeah.
specific artistic process, right? Because like you look at Kanye shoveling modern or contemporary slang into like every project since Ye, where he like
Yeah.
just kind of like adds in a thing that's like trendy at the time. Like he says, "Speak to me with only no cap" on Donda. It's like shut up.
Yeah.
But nothing like that exists on Clips. Anything Clips has done or Pusha T has done, and it's just like it
This
really
is
speaks volumes about it.
Yeah, I think that's a really really good point to bring up, and I'm really happy you did because like this is something I've been thinking about a lot, which is just like the nature of like art with an audience.
Yeah,
And it's like because I'm not a musician, I'm more of a writer, and one of like the early, my first kind of foray into writing was screenwriting, and uh, one of my favorite like kind of pieces of like fundamental, I think, creative advice, I think really is at play here, is that it was from Quentin Tarantino, and it was like you have to disregard an audience, right? Like if you are ever going to make something that they actually like they're there for you. So you got to make the things that you want to see, right? And I think his filmography stands for itself as far as like making things that audiences want to see. I think you can see that dynamic very loud and clear in this, right? This is a Clips album. This is very clearly the album they wanted to make. That's why there's
Mm-hmm.
gospel music and a Still of God Cooks feature, right? And I think like they are earning like that goodwill, right? Because I think it's pretty clear how the reception for this album. We're pretty late to the review on this, and I think we've had a long time to sit with it, and the reception has been bananas. Like, we are probably not the most gushing review on the internet. Like, and I think it's because it was just very direct with what it is. And like, they weren't chasing a trend or anything. They were making a moment, right? It's like the second you chase trends, you are incapable of setting them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's something they say that exactly. Like, all I see is what is it? All I see is 60-day stars and 20-year thousandaires or
Yeah.
something.
No.
No shopping, a whole lot of browsinaires. You can't fit a crowd in there. Like that whole sentiment of like chasing trends with whether it's like streaming trends to like maximize audience growth or like all this stuff. It's like
Yeah.
they can exist outside of it in a way that just lets them make what they want to make.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. And like, you know, it's the thing you see. It's like long-term vision versus short-term growth. It's that. Like, that has always been the tension in any kind of creative work. And I think this album, more than anything else this year, at least musically, like stands out as like a defining moment of like, because even Alfredo 2, like Alfredo 2 is a sequel. Like, it is, I think it uses that to its advantage, but like it is very much like trending after something. And this feels, you know, it doesn't feel so unique that it's like setting a new moment. I don't know how many clips copycats we're going to get in the next year, but like it stands apart.
Definitely.
Right. And that's the thing is like, it's impossible to stand apart when you're chasing a trend. You are by virtue, like that requires you to kind of assimilate to a certain degree.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to drag us into the title track. What do we think of this one?
I like this one. I think this is the last song I loved. I think I like Let God Sort 'Em Out more than Chandeliers.
What did we think of the switch between the two?
It's, I don't know, like it's pretty subtle, right? Like it's not as showy as
The four count.
Huh? Yeah, the four
The
count.
four count. It goes through. Do you know what it sounds like?
Hold on, I'm listening to it now. Actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is pulling from a song we all really like. I'm pretty sure this is like a relatively recent song that is being used for this.
God damn it! Let me listen to it like literally right now.
Yeah, I'm listening to it. I know what you're talking about, but I can't think about it now. I know exactly what. We're playing the game unintentionally, and it's gonna piss me off.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is the actual sample. I'm just saying it really sounds like it.
It does. Hold on, let me listen to it again. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I always kind of get thrown off by the Nas verse because I think Nas comes in really fucking strong. But is that like that?
No, I'm pretty sure, and I don't know. Do not crucify
Yeah, the four
me.
count, like right when Nas comes in, right?
The four count, ding, 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 ding. I'm pretty sure that's Ultimate. I'm pretty sure that's Denzel Curry.
It could be.
I think it is.
That's funny because you know, I am like a Denzel Curry fan, but like Ultimate is one of the songs I'm like a little. I got on the board later than Ultimate, and it was like, oh, I don't like it doesn't triple Y or like, you know, like Clout.
It is very similar, yeah.
But yeah, it is very similar.
I haven't done the back to back, but listen to them back to back, like the way Ultimate starts with that lead in with like the bells versus that, and let me know because I'm curious.
Yeah,
it's close.
Yeah, like, it's very close, and I do like the four count beat switch. It's just that to me, like I think because I get one, I go into this album expecting four counts. First off,
facts.
Two, just because of the kind of listener I am, I got really caught up with the Nas verse because I think the Nas verse is excellent. I think it's excellent, and I'm very happy they brought someone from that era for a feature.
Yeah.
Right? We have Kendrick, someone who's worked with Pusha T before, obviously shares a huge lot of similarities with Pusha T in a lot of ways. We had Tyler, who was like the Clips super fan, who's like running the culture right now. We have Stove God Cooks, like figurehead and like the coke rap thing. I'm glad that we have the Dreaming, which is from the 2000s, but I'm glad we got like a rapper's verse out of Nas for this one.
I saw a terrible take about this online.
What was the terrible take?
This whole section. Someone basically, I don't know if it was a tweet or a picture or what, but I was just getting stuff about it on my feed. And someone said, wow, Nas really isn't talking about shit on his verse on the new album, huh? They just really let him have an unk moment. And I'm just like,
That's
you
awful.
really don't understand what this album is about, do you?
What are you even talking
It's
about?
like
yeah, that's wild.
And the whole point being that it's like artists who predate like the Grammy, fanfare of like when the Grammys began, kind of circling back and being these like, I think, awarded public figures, like with King's Disease, right?
Right.
And like I think Pusha T and Clips generally would fall into that category where it's like they don't predate it, but they were around for the early days of when the Grammys recognized rap in that way, and they are on the level where Pusha T's a multi-nominee, and it's one of those things where it's like making contemporary culture and audiences aware of people who may be past their prime according to like what the industry and what the culture says prime is. Not that it matters.
What's super funny is like you say this, and like the worst thing I've heard about this, and if he's watching this podcast, I'm so sorry, but I'm not going to say your name, but you know who you are. Good person. If you know who you are, I like you. Basically came out and he was like, oh, Clips got Nas to do their first verse, the first relevant verse in 20 years. And I'm like,
what does that even mean?
Have you heard King? Are you aware of the King's Disease albums? Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right. Like he was like, oh, it's been since like Stillmatic. And I'm like, Stillmatic?
Oh,
like,
wow. Okay.
Like, where is it, dude?
It's like I'm not even like a Nas fan like that. I'm listening to. I'm aware of what Nas has been doing. I've listened to the King Disease albums once each. Like,
facts.
They're very good. They're just
not too much.
Yeah, right. Like, but yeah, no. I think it's very funny that the worst takes we've heard about this project are all about this song. But I think the song very, very good. And then do we want to wrap it up with the last song?
Yeah, this one I know, Brandon, not necessarily your cup of tea. This one I have attributed a lot of meaning to that I think is important personally to me, but I think is also kind of an interesting take. But yeah, I mean, Purvis, if you had anything you wanted to say about this one, I know you're our resident
God
person. Okay.
Yeah. And like I still do like this song. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just I don't know. I think maybe it's because to me, even though this album is extremely good, it is kind of has how do I put this? I don't know. It kind of has like the bit of the To Pimp a Butterfly effect, where it kind of makes me feel like there's like a density there, where like by the end of it, I almost feel like exhausted. Not exhausted, but like I just feel like tapped out a little bit. So it's been at least like the 6-7 times I've listened to this album all the way through since it's dropped. Each time, by the time I get here, I'm like kind of like, okay, like
you did it.
It's like,
we made it,
right? So
you did it, Joe.
And I don't know if unlike To Pimp a Butterfly, which has like some of its strongest moments in the last couple songs, I don't think this does. But
yeah, the part of this that really stands out to me is again kind of Pharrell's verse, where he says, "I've seen killers and kingpins sing behind the wall, watch many men die because no one would make the call. I've seen entire empires crumble and fall. I've seen it all." Like this to me, I cannot help but think of Kanye again because it's like, dude, Pharrell was in the studio when Kanye played him Through the Wire for the first time. Like Pharrell was already somebody in music, and he's been around for like 30 years, and like the fact that they were former collaborators on stuff with Pusha T and everything else, it just feels like this is such a, it's not directly a nod, obviously, but there's so much kind of implication there to me that it just feels really like this is like a kind of a weirdly cathartic full circle moment of like being rid of that whole thing that Empire is like done. And it's like, you can call it an empire from whatever facet you want. There's the whole like brand deal thing, the whole billionaire thing, the like dynasty of music and art and everything else that came with it throughout like all the 2010s, and it's like Pharrell's still there. Pharrell is a constant.
Yeah. I think that's a good take because to me, I look at this and I think of the internet memes that he's an immortal vampire, but
That too.
because he hasn't aged since the Hollaback Girl video. But yeah, no, I think that's a great I think Kanye is the is the best example because you can say it about a bunch of people too. Like I'm sure there are tons of people who have risen and fallen in Pharrell, but like, is there a more? I don't know. Like, yeah, I think your take is on the money here.
It's like so clear cut. It's just
Yeah,
like,
I think it's on the money.
yeah, what else
Right.
could he be talking about? He could, but like, what else would it be?
I mean, I don't even, yeah, because it's like crumble and fall. Like, who else could it be? Yeah. I'm with you. I agree with it. Purvis, do you have any closing thoughts on this song?
On the song, not necessarily. It's just I keep thinking about because it's very obvious how much religion plays a part of their
It's
lives.
a huge part, yeah.
And I remember seeing one interview where somebody, because obviously all the interviews, the memes with Malice, like just kind of sitting there like Batman or something.
Or a farming, fucking Piccolo from
Literally,
Dragon Ball Z.
Aura farming.
Yeah,
with
he's
cape in
aura
the wind
farming
with
very
no
much.
wind. There was one scene, not scene, but there was one clip. Essentially, they were trying to like do the thing with social media where you try to force an answer out of an artist, but Malice is too old for that. He's in his 50s. You're not gonna
Yeah.
catch him up. And he's just saying like, I think they were trying to say like, were you trying to allude towards the beef and how do you feel about this and how do you feel about Drake and stuff like that? And he was just like, I'm just staying true to myself. I know who I am and who I am to God, and this is what I want to do for my message about God. And I'm like, okay, no, yeah, this makes sense. This lines up perfectly.
Yeah.
You're doing exactly what you want to do, and it shows, and it was perfectly executed.
Right. And I think as far as like an individual rapper, I think Malice had the best showing of anyone this year on this. I am huge Pusha T fan. Will continue to be a huge Pusha T fan. But this really opened my eyes to Malice, right? I really think I underestimated him when I was a little bit more into clips. And yeah, this was honestly a highlight of 2025, just being able to witness this happening. It was awesome. And it was also, I got nothing else to say. Like,
dude, Malice should move into acting too, because he has a face that looks like he doesn't know what TikTok is, and we need more of those for like period.
Oh no, he would look great. Like if someone was like, "Hey, I need a black mobster for a Martin Scorsese movie," just get Malice, right?
Who was it who played the guy who was the gangster in Boardwalk Empire who recently passed
Steve
away?
Buscemi was the gangster.
Right, he's the lead, but the
Oh.
guy who played Chalky, the guy, the black guy, I forget his name, but he recently passed away. That actor, like Malice, could totally do a part.
Was it the guy from the Cosby Show?
I think so.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh,
Yeah, was he on Boardwalk Empire? I have no idea. I've never seen Boardwalk Empire.
Michael, what is it?
Oh
Michael
yeah,
Campbell.
that's who it is. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
like I haven't seen the character actually. Let me correct myself. I don't know.
No, yeah, I think it's who you're talking about. All right. But yeah, do we want to give this a grade, or is this just the most obvious?
We didn't give Don't Tap the Glass a grade. Do we want to do both?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't Tap the Glass. A minus. A minus. B plus. Yeah. Yeah. I liked it a lot. I thought it did what it was going for very well.
Agreed.
And Let God Sort Him Out is the easiest A plus I've ever given on this show. Like if I like that we don't do the 1 out of 10 because I like that our grading system is so incoherent that you have to listen to what we say about it. Like,
well, school is we're giving letter grades.
Yeah. But I do like but this would have been the easiest 10 since the album came out, right? Or since the show we've started doing it, right? We've seen some incredible albums. As far as hip hop goes, right?
This is up there.
This is up there. Like
This
like
one-
if I'm thinking about the last 5 years, like since 2020, like this whole decade so far, Run the Jewels 4 is above it.
It's almost dry. Could be like close, maybe.
I mean, the Forever Story for me is still.
The Forever
Yeah.
Story is up there. Like this, to me, I would say this is like equivalent with the Forever Story.
Yeah.
I think Harm If You Get Lost sits up there, relatively up there for me.
Yeah. Yeah, to me, I think number one for me is Run the Jewels 4, and I think that's the only album I can think of. And even that, like you know, it comes down to like the whole ineffability of art thing, because like there are definitely worse songs on Run the Jewel 4 than anything on this. But I think like what it does well, I think is just so overwhelmingly done well. And also like time, place, all those things are going to affect how you feel. But yeah, no, this was the easiest A+ I've ever given.
Works for me.
All right.
I don't know if I'm giving an A+. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jeff would have said A+. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he would too. Everyone's been loving this project. It is
Tano gave it a 10, which is rare.
very rare.
Should we do recommendations?
Let's do recommendations. I got mine pulled up. Who wants to go first?
All right, I'm ready. This is all I've been listening to is this and Alfredo, so it's hard for me to.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I'm pulling some audibles. I have one. Yeah.
So I've been trying to finally dive into the R&B albums that I've been missing this year. There is a group called They that I've been told about to finally listen to their project. They did drop an album this year called Love Jones. I'm going to recommend the song Diamonds and Pearls. Absolutely fantastic. Great R&B. Even though The Weeknd's still the best R&B album this year, it's up there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, The Weeknd's also like very pop, so it's like a different thing.
True.
All right. I'll go. My next one, I'm going to go. Okay, this song I've actually been meaning to recommend for weeks, but then like everything has been happening. And as the weather turns and it started getting hot, I've been listening to this song a lot because it is on my theoretical Dune 3 playlist. And I'm recommending If We're Being Real by Yeet.
Yes.
Dude, it makes me feel like we should be riding through the desert on camels, turbaned up, full face coverings.
I'm so serious. I would actually be surprised if Dune 3 drops with a soundtrack that doesn't have a Yeet song on it.
I just don't know if those are soundtrack movies. Like,
I'm saying, like, but he can make a song for that. If, like they make a soundtrack.
Yeah. No. I mean, it is just like this weird combination of like Middle Eastern influence, and So Be It reminded me of it, and I was like, oh, sick. But yeah, that's my first one.
All right, Jasper.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Future Shuffle 2020. Happy birthday, Lil Uzi Vert.
Very fun. Happy birthday to them.
Today is the day.
I wonder where he is right now. I hope he's doing well.
Hopefully working on another album.
Hopefully working on a good one.
Hopefully he's sober. That's what I'm gonna say. As I said, I've been listening to R&B. I haven't brought it up yet, so do not yell at me because I've lasted weeks. Give Jan. Drop the project.
There we go. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You're actually doing it.
Was going to bring it up. I'm gonna recommend I Can Tell off his new album. Good album. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Okay, my next one is an old Brandon staple. I'm picking a song from a movie. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but like we're having a generational run at the movie theaters this summer. And there was one I really loved because of the nerd I am. And the ending, and that's Superman, was just one of my favorite movies I've seen in a very long time. Like this album, I think a movie story everyone kind of needed at this point in time. Yeah. And in the movie, there's like a little dialogue thing about the nature of punk rock music. And I think the movie really lives up to like this little moment that kind of talks about punk rock music. And the movie ends with the song Punk Rocker by the Teddy Bears featuring Iggy Pop. And it is just this amazing moment of this old school song. It's been one of my favorites. I've been listening to it for weeks. Punk rocker.
I'm also going to go vaguely punk. I've been, for all the criticisms I have and for all of the things about it that I think it does just as well as its predecessor, I've been listening to Never Enough a lot still. And I'm going to go with Sea and Stars. I
That
think that's
song's
a
awesome.
really beautiful, well constructed song that shows how versatile Turnstile is, but also delivering some of the really like core elements like the vocalist's ability and everything else.
Yeah, no, it's really wild. It is such a good album. It just, it feels like the second the album came out, a floodgate of, at least two better albums have come out.
Yep.
Like it is wild, but it is what it is, right? I'm not upset by it at all. And I fucking love that song. Seeing Stars and Birds is one of my favorite 1-2 punches of the year.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Too bad we're not going to see birds live in Chicago.
Well, we will one day. We will next
Good.
year.
Good thing birds live everywhere.
Good thing these birds are meant to fly alone. All right, guys.
Too bad they don't sing.
Okay, here we go. All right, subscribe. We're gonna cut this off before, Jasper. I think you should just start going to open mics. Just get it out there.
Just show up with a little note.
I'll go with you. I used to do 6 open mics a week.
Yeah.
I could get back into it and start dropping bars, but I have a great one about alligators. Anyway, subscribe, listen. I don't know. Bye.